All right, let's talk about something that trips up a lot of us in English class, the characterization essay. You know the one. Well, today we're going to break it down, step by step, so you can write a killer analysis for pretty much any character you come across.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll nail down what a characterization even is. Then, we'll build that perfect three-part structure. We'll dive deep into the main body, figure out how to find the clues in the text, go over some super important language rules, and then, put it all together. Stick with me, and by the end of this, you'll have a complete blueprint for an awesome essay.
Okay, first things first. What in the world is a characterization anyway?
So, at its heart, a characterization is basically an analysis. I want you to think of yourself as a literary detective, okay? Your mission is to investigate a character's traits. You're looking at what they look like on the outside, what's going on inside their head, and, how they fit into the world of the story.
But here's the thing, it's way more than just a list of facts. And that brings up a really important question. Why does this even matter? What's the real goal here?
This is key. Your goal isn't just to show who a character is, it's to explain why they act the way they do. The who is just the beginning. The why? That's where the real magic happens. That's where you find all the good stuff.
All right, so every great analysis needs a solid structure. And the good news is, it's a classic blueprint that's super easy to follow.
You've got the introduction, the main body, and the conclusion. Yep, it really is that simple. If you can get these three parts right, trust me, you're already halfway to an A+ essay. This is your foundation.
So, your introduction? It has one very simple job. Just set the scene. All you gotta do is list the basics. We're talking title, author, the character's name, and maybe a quick line about where they are when the story kicks off.
And boom, here's a perfect example. See how direct and clear that is? It gives your reader everything they need to know right away. You don't need to get all fancy here. Just get the facts down and move on.
Okay, let's get to the main event, the main body. This is the real heart of your analysis. This is where all that detective work we talked about really pays off.
You're going to be investigating three key areas. First, their external traits, appearance, age, what they wear. Second, their internal traits. What are their feelings, their thoughts, their attitudes? And third, their social traits. What's their family like? Who are their friends? What's their job? Think of this as your investigation checklist.
So that's a great checklist, but where do you actually find all this information? Well, the text is going to give you two different kinds of clues or evidence. First, you've got direct characterization. This is the easy stuff. It's when the author literally just tells you something, like, he was a grumpy man. Simple, right? But the really good stuff comes from indirect characterization. This is when you have to put on your detective hat and figure things out based on what a character says, what they do, or even what they think. This is where you get to show off your skills because you're the one piecing the puzzle together.
And this is the absolute golden rule of any literary analysis. You have to back up every single claim you make with evidence from the text. Your opinion is awesome, but it's only valid if you can prove it with quotes and, of course, citing the page and line numbers.
Check this out. It's a perfect example. You make your observation. He seems to be a very shy and insecure boy, and then you immediately follow it up with the proof, because he rarely speaks in class, and you finish it off with that clean citation. This right here, this is what takes an essay from meh to wow.
Okay, so you've laid out all your amazing evidence in the main body. Now it's time to bring it home with the conclusion. Your job here is simple. Wrap it all up. Just give a quick summary of the most important traits you found, and then state your final, overall assessment of the character.
For example, if you were writing about Nick Carraway from The Great Gatsby, your conclusion might sound something like this. See? It's a strong summary statement that totally captures his essence. It's like your final mic drop moment. All right, we've got the structure, we've got the content. Now it's time for the final polish. Think of these as the pro tips. A few simple language rules that will make your writing sound way more professional. Okay, 3 huge rules to remember. Rule number 1, use the simple present tense. This is a big one. You want to talk about the characters as if they exist right now. So it's he is kind, not he was kind. The story is always alive. Rule number 2, use linking words. These are your best friends for creating flow. Words like moreover, however, and as a result connect your ideas and guide your readers smoothly from one point to the next. And finally, rule number 3, use rich adjectives. Don't just say a character is nice. Come on, we can do better. Are they ambitious, sensitive, lazy?
Being specific makes your analysis so much more powerful.
So there you have it. Let's put this all together for one final major takeaway.
Look, if you remember only one thing from all of this, make it this. A great characterization isn't just about who a character is. It's about why they do what they do. And you have to back it all up with proof from the book. That's the whole game.
So now you've got the entire toolkit. You have the structure, the method, all the rules. You are ready to write a truly killer characterization. So the only question is, which character are you going to analyze first?